Welcome to the YouTube channel, The Right Place, where creativity finds its purpose and nature meets innovation. If you've ever looked at a pile of junk and thought it was useless, today's video will open your eyes to a whole new world of possibilities. We're diving into the beauty of repurposing old, forgotten materials into stunning garden art that brings charm, character, and sustainability to your outdoor space. In this inspiring episode titled From Junk to Garden Art, we'll explore how what was once trash can become treasure in your backyard and stunning gardens. Through clever ideas and imaginative transformations, you'll see how broken chairs, rusted tools, and discarded wood can evolve into garden masterpieces. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on eco-friendly and creative content like this. Whether you're a DIY expert or just love beautifying your surroundings, this video is packed with insight and motivation. Each section will walk you through different themes, from furniture transformations to whimsical bottle creations that will help you breathe new life into your garden. Let's turn that trash into a blooming work of art. One, repurpose furniture with a floral twist. Think creatively with drawers, chairs, or even tables by turning them into layered plant displays. Remove the seat of an old wooden chair and fit in a flower pot for a charming centerpiece. Use dresser drawers as staggered planting beds, adding a whimsical touch to your garden paths. These unique installations become conversation starters and functional planting spaces at the same time. 'Embrace weathered textures, chipped paint, and aged wood. They all add authentic charm to your garden decor. Instead of trying to fix or repaint old pieces, leave them as they are for that rustic garden look. With the right selection of plants and positioning, even the most broken furniture can become a piece of floral magic. 2. Tin cans and metal marvels. Don't toss those tin cans and scrap metal just yet. They have enormous potential in your garden. When cleaned, painted, and styled, tin cans can serve as quirky planters, lanterns, or wind chimes. Hang them on fences or trees, or mount them on walls to add vertical interest and color to any outdoor space. Their lightness and shape offer excellent versatility. 3. Scrap metal can become elegant trellises or intricate sculptures that provide both support and style. An old metal headboard can guide climbing plants, while scrap rods and pipes welded together can be shaped into birds, insects, or abstract garden art. When strategically placed among greenery, these metallic touches create a dynamic contrast that feels both artistic and organic. Even rust can work to your advantage. Metal with a patina finish gives a timeless, industrial feel that complements lush, wild garden settings. Let nature and decay work together. Over time, these materials will blend even more seamlessly with the environment, showing how junk truly transforms into garden elegance. 3. Pallet wood projects for rustic vibes. Pallet wood is a favorite among DIY enthusiasts for its accessibility and raw charm. Repurposed pallets can become vertical gardens, benches, compost bins, or tool organizers. With minimal cutting and assembling, you can give shape to functional garden elements that are both sturdy and sustainable. A vertical pallet garden is an especially practical solution for small spaces. By attaching planters to each level, you can grow herbs, succulents, or even strawberries vertically, saving space while adding style. It also acts as a natural privacy screen or a decorative garden wall. The rustic texture of pallet wood pairs beautifully with greenery, especially when left unfinished or lightly sanded. It creates a farmhouse look that's cozy and inviting. Add some paint or wood stain if you want to personalize the aesthetic even more. These projects prove that discarded pallets are a goldmine of potential. For whimsical bottle gardens and glass accents. Glass bottles and jars can add magical sparkle and vibrant color to any garden. Instead of throwing them away, transform them into lanterns, borders, or artistic installations. Green, blue, amber, each hue catches the light differently and adds a fairy tale vibe to your space. One charming idea is creating a bottle wall by embedding bottles in cement or framing them in a wooden structure. As sunlight pours through, your garden gets splashed with shifting colors. You can also use upside-down wine bottles as garden edging, creating a quirky and colorful border that glows in the morning sun. 4. Nighttime enchantment. Insert fairy lights or candles into mason jars or bottles and hang them from tree branches. They become glowing garden lanterns that are both functional and enchanting. From junk to garden art, glass transforms your yard into an inviting wonderland. 5. Tires turned planters and sculptures. Old tires are one of the most underrated junk materials that can be turned into bold garden statements. With some paint and imagination, a tire can become a cheerful planter, an artistic sculpture, or even hanging garden decor. Their round shape and rugged texture make them naturally suited for outdoor reuse. Stack tires to create raised garden beds or colorful towers of flowering plants. With a quick coat of weather-resistant paint, you can turn dull black rubber into brilliant pops of color. Hang them on walls or fences, or half-bury them to create interesting textures in your flower beds. For more whimsical designs, cut tires into patterns to resemble flowers or animal shapes, creating sculpture-like garden art. Their durability means they withstand harsh weather and last for years. Tire art truly represents the transformation from industrial waste to joyful garden flair. 6. Kitchen junk to garden funk. That broken teapot, dented colander, or rusted cutlery doesn't have to gather dust. Repurpose them as unique garden features. Teapots make charming hanging planters. Colanders can serve as quirky baskets for herbs, and old spoons can be reshaped into plant markers or wind chimes. The kitchen meets the garden in the most unexpected ways. Create a hanging herb garden using old mugs or pots, attaching them to a wooden frame or suspended shelf. They add instant character and also remind visitors of the joy in giving second life to simple objects. It's both nostalgic and practical. Even items like graters and baking pans can be turned into candle holders, tool caddies, or vertical organizers. When placed among lush greenery, these repurposed items become eye-catching details that blend function with fun. Junk from the kitchen can truly bring soul into your garden. 7. Broken tools with a new purpose. Instead of discarding old rakes, shovels, and spades, consider incorporating them into your garden's visual story. These worn-out tools carry history and personality, and when reused, they become rustic supports, wall hangers, or artistic features that speak to your garden's roots. Turn the head of a rake into a wall-mounted hook for hanging garden gloves or lanterns. Use a broken spade head as a plant marker or a sculpture base. With just a bit of cleaning or a pop of paint, these functional items become intriguing garden decor. Arrange a group of old tools into a garden sculpture, perhaps forming a sunburst or fence panel. These installations give your space a sense of history and resourcefulness. With creativity and a respect for reuse, even the most broken tool can find new purpose among the flowers. Eight, ladder love, climbing toward creativity. Old wooden ladders can become vertical design elements that elevate your garden, both literally and stylistically. By leaning a vintage ladder against a fence or wall, you instantly gain a structure for climbing plants like morning glories, ivy, or beans. It's a functional piece of junk that transforms your space while encouraging natural growth. With a bit of sanding and sealing, ladders can act as rustic shelving units for small pots, herbs, or garden decor. Place one near a seating area or pathway to display seasonal blooms, lanterns, or fairy houses. Its multi-tiered design allows for dynamic visual layering that adds depth and charm. Folding ladders can be opened and repurposed as A-frame planters, with boards laid across the steps to hold rows of colorful pots. They offer flexibility to move your mini garden around and can be painted to match any theme. It's a brilliant example of turning a forgotten tool into a garden centerpiece. 9. Window frames and door dreams. Salvaged windows and doors can become architectural features in your garden that frame views, define spaces, or add a whimsical, secret garden vibe. Stand them upright among your plants to create a visual anchor or garden room effect. They offer a rustic aesthetic while guiding the eye across your outdoor canvas. Old window frames with the glass removed can serve as trellises or decorative backdrops for climbing flowers. Hang small planters from the window crossbars or insert mirrors to reflect light and create the illusion of space. With weathered paint or elegant distressing, they blend effortlessly into nature. An antique door can be mounted as a vertical garden wall or reused as a gate between sections of your garden. Add hooks, planters, or even chalkboard paint to write plant names or garden quotes. These home relics create narrative and nostalgia while keeping your garden stylishly enclosed. 10. Bicycle planters and wheeled wonders. A rusted bicycle doesn't need to head to the scrapyard. It can become a delightful garden planter with personality. Nestle baskets or buckets into the frame and fill them with colorful blooms to create a whimsical roadside vignette right in your own backyard. The frame itself provides a perfect skeleton for climbing vines or trailing plants. Position the bike among flower beds or near an entrance for maximum charm. You can even paint the frame in bright colors or pastel hues to enhance its visual appeal against greenery. Old wheelbarrows, tricycles, and scooters can be treated similarly, offering dynamic and movable planting options. Whether stationary or on display as mobile garden art, These wheeled relics bring kinetic energy and playfulness to your landscape. 11. Light fixtures into lush features. Broken chandeliers, lampshades, and sconces can find new light literally by being transformed into planters and hanging art pieces in your garden. Chandeliers are especially magical when converted into hanging succulent or moss displays. Just remove the wiring and replace bulbs with small pots or bowls. Lamp bases can serve as pedestals for bird baths, plant pots, or sculptural elements. Their ornate designs bring a classical elegance, especially when placed in corners of your garden that need a focal point. You're not just recycling, you're redesigning. 'Even vintage lampshades, with their frames exposed, can become trellises for small vines or unique cages for moss balls and air plants. Hung from trees or hooks, they create captivating displays that seem to float in space. 12. Garden mirrors and reflections of reuse. Adding mirrors to your garden using repurposed materials creates an illusion of space and light. Broken or outdated home mirrors can be framed with driftwood, pallet boards, or even bike tires to become stunning reflective art. They bring depth and magic to shady corners. 'Carefully positioned mirrors can reflect light onto darker areas, helping your plants thrive while doubling the visual presence of your flowers. They also give your garden a sense of surprise and openness, especially when tucked behind leafy green walls. 13. Books and suitcases turned planters. Old, worn-out books and vintage suitcases can be turned into eco-chic planters that tell a story. Hollow out the pages of a thick book and line it with plastic or wax paper before adding soil and succulents, perfect for covered garden corners or shaded patios. 'Suitcases make excellent mini garden beds. Open them flat and fill them with flowers or herbs. They're ideal for temporary plant displays, seasonal arrangements, or portable decorations for events and garden parties. Add legs to create suitcase tables with built-in greenery. 'These unusual planters add vintage flair and are bound to start conversations. Use old travel stickers, labels, or stamps to enhance the nostalgic theme. When staged thoughtfully, even forgotten luggage and book piles can bloom with purpose. 14. Toys, tools, and treasures from the attic. Childhood toys like wagons, dollhouses, and Tonka trucks can be transformed into adorable planters and micro gardens. These pieces add a sense of wonder and nostalgia while reminding us that imagination is the key to reuse. 'A toy dump truck filled with succulents or herbs becomes an instant visual delight. Mount a dollhouse on a post and use its rooms to hold tiny pots or fairy garden accessories. These playful touches breathe life and color into every corner. Even old board games, vintage clocks, or rotary phones can become focal points with creative thinking. Nestled among flowers, these attic relics become surprising sculptures that merge history and horticulture. One person's trash is truly another's treasured garden masterpiece. Conclusion: your garden, your story. From ladders and lamps to suitcases and toy trucks, you now know how everyday junk can become stunning garden art with just a spark of creativity. Every piece has a story, and by reusing these forgotten items, your garden becomes a living, breathing scrapbook of imagination and care. The next time you think about throwing something away, picture what it could become among the leaves and flowers. Could it be a planter, a sculpture, a home for birds or bees? With these ideas, your garden becomes a canvas for transformation and joy. If this inspired you, please hit that like button, subscribe to The Right Place, and share this video with fellow garden lovers. Let's grow a more beautiful world together, one repurposed piece at a time. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.